Is this game a scam or not? I've seen people talking about fake locations and farms without code behind it, just visuals. It's 100% not a scam. The game's not finished, but it's not a scam. If it was a scam, it'd be the worst scam in history, because they would be negative millions of dollars. With a scam, you're generally profiting money from a scam, right? But with the amount of money they've spent on development, it's kind of stupid to even call it that. It's just an unfinished game. People label everything a scam. Yeah, they do, and it's not just Ashes. They label games that aren't good scams. Like, you shouldn't use the word scam for games that just are bad games. Some games are just bad. It doesn't mean it's a scam. The reality is the desert is empty and people got baited with a false video. The desert is not empty anymore. Like, they showed the desert, like, to show what it would look like. Making a desert, making a biome takes fuck all time in an MMO. Like, making zones and making content, that's the easy part. The reason people are so angry with Ashes of Creation is a lot of the development of this game is going on, like, with the systems, getting the nodes working, getting the combat working, designing the classes. It's not stuff that you really see as a player. Players see biomes, players see dungeons, players see raids, bosses, quests. But in reality, the stuff that players see and the stuff that players can interpret, that's the easiest part of development, and it takes fuck all time to develop. And the desert is not empty now either. Like, in January, it was pretty empty. It was literally just like this square here. 2 months later, like, they've expanded it massively. They've added pocket dungeons in the desert. You've got treasure maps in the desert. They've added a fuckload of stuff to the desert in a short space of time. I know that a lot of people seem to want Ashes of Creation to be a scam, and a lot of people want to shit on Ashes of Creation. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, if I wanted to do the popular thing on YouTube, the popular thing would be to just shit on this game. It would be 100%. If I wanted to do the best thing for my channel in the short term, like getting clicks, making content that'll get views and probably get fucking everyone agreeing with me, I would just have to shit on the game, because that is what the majority of people do with Ashes. They just fucking shit on it. But I don't want to shit on the game because I don't feel that negatively towards it. And I'm not going to act in a way that's good for my channel short term and to do something that I don't believe in. I've been following the project for 8 years. 3 or 4 years ago when they had the Alpha 1, the game was in an awful state. The combat was terrible. And now they've taken the combat and they've got it to a place where I think is really, really good. Yes, the game's taking a long time to make, longer than we all thought, but you need to think of it like this, right? Steven started Ashes of Creation when he was 30 years old, 8 years ago. He had 0 dev experience, never made a game before. He had a lot of money and he had a vision for a game. But all things considered, I think he's done a good job to get the game in the state it is now. Could I do the same thing? If I had $100 million, $200 million, could I, at the age of 30 years old, make a studio and in 8 years get a game into this state? I fucking couldn't do it. There's no way I could do it. Throne Liberty took 12 to 13 years to develop. It did. That went through development hell. It went through absolute development hell, and that was NCSoft, one of the most OG MMO studios. And TL still came out with trash combat. So as much as it's popular to hate on Ashes and to call it a scam and to be super fucking negative towards the game, I look at it within the context of the game initially being made by a guy with no experience, and to get to this state, I think it's impressive. And I don't fucking care if it's popular to hate on the game. I'm not going to needlessly hate on the game because it'll give me short-term YouTube views. That's just how it is. And I don't care if people unsubscribe from me for me saying that. I'm just going to be honest with myself. and that's just how it is. If they do anything that really does warrant a fucking rant, I will rant. And I'll tell Steven straight if they ever do something that's like seriously fucking, that really pisses me off. I have no problems doing that. But for me, I honestly do see a team that's trying their best. I really do believe that. They've got 250 employees. When you think about the average cost of a developer, like developer wages, it's fucking loads. And they're developing from San Diego, like a lot of the team. So if we're generous and we say average developer salary is 100k a year, it's not, it's more than that. 250 people, that's the yearly salary minimum, probably on the low end, to develop the game. That's per year. It's in their best interest to release the game as quickly as possible so they can make money from the sub fee. Because during the alpha tests, they're making no money from the sub fees. Like, you buy access to the alpha and that's it. It's like a one-time purchase. Steven said they had 130,000 people play the Alpha 2 so far, right? So we can times that by what? We can average, what is it, like $130 for access at the start? What should we average it out to? Let's put it on the high end. Even if we say it's 200, which it's not, that's 26, that's like a year of development. So it's just not a scam because they're so negative in terms of development costs. How can it be a scam? They need the game to release as quickly as possible, and I have no doubts that they're trying to develop it as fast as they can, because they're just bleeding money every month otherwise. People are not used to such early announcements and an open showcase for an MMO. Yeah, and if it's one thing that I've seen from Ashes of Creation, I don't think MMOs should do open development like this. I think it's really probably super hard. There's no way if I was to ever make an MMO, I would do open development. Fuck that. Because even if your game was in development for 6 months, if you show something, people will take it as a finished product. And another thing with MMOs, I think the more an MMO shows, the less people are excited for it. I think showing what you have with MMOs is terrible in terms of hype. Like, the most hyped MMO, one of the most hyped MMOs is the Riot MMO. Why is it the most hyped? We've never seen a single screenshot of that game. It's because the imagination is a very powerful thing. So people can just imagine the most insane MMO and just project that onto the Riot MMO. So in terms of building hype, I think if that was your goal, if you didn't want community feedback and you only wanted hype, the best thing to do is just secret development. Yeah, the main reason the Riot MMO is so hyped is because they are a big dev and they've got like such a good track record. So people are just kind of trusting the process with them, which is fair. They've kind of earned that. I think with Chrono Odyssey, they don't want the open development. I think they've shown enough to make it hype, but they haven't shown too much that people know what the game is and the hype has been lost. What's up with everyone? Why such negativity? I don't know, man. It's like every time I stream Ashes of Creation or talk about the game, like, the negativity is absolutely just insane. It's actually a very difficult game to stream. Like, I want to stream it. I want to cover the game and talk about it because I care about it. But man, like, the negativity surrounding it. If I was an Ashes of Creation content creator, I feel like the negativity surrounding this game would probably get to me. And it's a good thing that I'm not like a dedicated content creator towards this game, because I feel like the audience, even if I wasn't feeling negative towards the game, I feel like the negativity from the audience would skew my opinion and like make me super jaded and make me fucking go crazy. Like, I know a lot of people are very down on Ashes because the game's taking longer than expected, but I would prefer that the game takes longer than expected and have a good foundational combat system, like really fun combat, than the game be rushed out and have fucking loads of content, but the content doesn't matter because the fundamental gameplay is dog shit. Who cares about content when the gameplay is trash? Throne and Liberty, right? I couldn't care less what content that game adds. They could add any content, and my desire to play the game would not change, because the reason I stopped playing it was the combat just wasn't good enough. The dailies and weekly ruined it for me in TNL. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Like, I was logging in every day with Throne, and even though the dailies and stuff didn't take that long to do, I feel like in any MMO, even if the dailies and the weeklies are quite fast, as soon as you miss a few days, it's so hard to log back in, because you've basically removed a daily chore. It's something that you don't enjoy doing every day, and as soon as you break free of doing the daily chore, even if it's only for 30 minutes a day, you just feel a weight off your shoulders, and games shouldn't be a weight off your shoulders when you don't have to do some fucking boring daily content. Movement now feels better than Throne of Liberty, 100%. Absolutely. Like, the blink skill in Ashes of Creation feels better than the blink in Throne. The blink feels really good in this game.